never forget that this is a cat channel first and foremost. Now Boo here is 20 years old. She is insanely sexy and doesn't even know it. But honestly, stop looking at her. She's pure. Welcome back to my wildly popular cat channel where we do EV reviews. Now, I come to you today because I just sold my ID4. It is a Volkswagen ID4 all-wheel drive Pro S model. Top of the line, beautiful car. Why'd I sell it? First thing I want to do is I want to go through the positives, all the things that I really liked about it. And then I'm going to go ahead and bash it, tell you why I sold it. I really loved the way it looked, inside and out. With the exception of the inside, the piano black finishes, was not a fan of that at all. Other than that, it's a beautiful car inside and out. It's put together very well, very tight lines, materials are great. Everyone says cheap plastic. I wasn't seeing it because I know how much I spent on the plastic. It wasn't cheap, boom. But it had really nice materials, I actually thought. Now, the ride quality in it was also great. Extremely smooth, you felt like you were floating on a cloud. Turn radius in it. I know it sounds dumb, but turn radius you actually use more than you think, and it came in handy a lot. Very great as far as maneuverability. The seat massagers were also clutch. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I would do some drives that were semi-long, and having something massage your lower back really did get the blood flowing. The other time I'd use it is when I was, hanging out in a Walmart charging, as everyone loves to hang out in Walmarts and charge. Take your life into your hand as the carnival walks by. No thanks. But I would get a little lower back massage, and it was fantastic while you're waiting the 30 minutes or so. I also love the fact that it had a big panoramic sunroof, but that it had a shade. You could just slide the shade easily, covers you up. You don't have to get beat down by the sun all day. And the last thing I really like, because I'm a fat American that likes to drink Slurpees and ices, it has a great cup holder configuration. You can have cup holders wherever you want. They're huge. You have giant ones for thermoses, and you can configure them however you want. It's really nice. And in truth, that's really all I liked about it. So some of the things I don't like about it, and they are numerous. Let's just start with something simple. The interior, the piano black finishes, I can't stand. What a terrible material to use. They scratch easily. They show dust, dirt, grime, and scratches galore. When I took great care of it, like no one was in there. I have no idea how it was scratched, but by God, it got scratched up. The storage in the car sucks. Now, compared to my previous car, it was more or less the same, but once you see what other cars have that yours doesn't have in the same price point, it becomes an irritation. So I now have a Tesla Model Y. It has the front storage, the back storage, which is absolutely huge, and then you lift up the bottom side floor of the back and you have even more. There is storage for days. If I tried to load up anything in the back of my ID4, I found that it was just piled up to the top, and I even have to have stuff in between my kids. It was not a great situation. The Model Y, we can fit more in the Model Y than we can in the Toyota Highlander that's right next to me. Another great thing of the ID4 was the interior lighting. It was beautiful inside, beautiful at night, and I love the ambient lights. That was a really nice touch, so you could personalize it practically every day if you want to. Now, another thing I absolutely cannot stand about it is the range. The range is terrible on it. It may, it's terrible to begin with, and then it just gets worse from there. So if you charge it up to 100%, which you're not supposed to do, you're supposed to charge to 80. If you charge to 80%, you're roughly looking at 200 miles. In reality, with the air conditioning off, it's more like 180. And if you turn the air conditioning on, it's probably more like 160. Now, if you're going uphill, it's gonna be even less than that. It really was not good. It was not as advertised at all. And this is me not driving aggressively. This is me keeping it at like 65 on the freeway. In the city, I'm not doing jackrabbit starts. So really, there was no reason why I should be getting such crappy range. Maybe I wasn't using premium electricity. And the last thing is the user interface. And I'm gonna say actually promises by Volkswagen. So I took possession of it with a crap user interface. It just sucks. There's no getting around it. It basically feels like a rental car. It's just a car. And when you pay that much for a car, you kind of want something a little extra. And so they're saying they're going to be pushing out software updates within a month. It's going to be within a month. Oh, wait. No, next month. Oh, definitely the month after that. And it never came. And then finally, day before I sell it, I get an email saying, we're going to do over-the-air updates, but you're going to have to come into the dealership to get them. What the hell's that? So the user interface is still crap. Everything good about it comes from Apple CarPlay. It comes from my phone, so it's not even the user interface. And then we talk about the app. CarNet app is basically useless. I have to log in twice, put in my PIN, all for what? To have it lag and not turn on the AC when I want it to. I have no idea what the mileage is. I have to actually go shake the car awake and then do the app, but standing next to it. So what the hell is the point of the app? Tesla is far different. I don't want to talk about the Tesla because we're talking about the ID4. Also, I found the Electrify America charging network to be very unreliable. And when that's basically your only source of fuel other than home, makes me very nervous. It failed way too often for the times that I used it. Seems like the only times it worked was the one like right down the street where I technically didn't really need it. So I have to sum it all up on the things that I love about it. The way it looked, lighting inside. That was about it. Things I didn't like about it, the big things, range, storage, user interface, which basically is the entire vehicle. So if you are thinking of getting a Volkswagen ID4, I would actually suggest you not, and probably look at something else until all these things are ironed out and fixed. They're not things that can't be fixed. I think they can be fixed, they just have to do it. Now let me tell you where I did sell my car. And this is not sponsored. I actually sold it through Car Gurus. Car Gurus was weird. I wanted to sell it, but I didn't want to go through sell it on my own, like through Craigslist, because every time I sell it on Craigslist, it sounds like I'm making a joke about being mugged and robbed, but no, it's actually true. It's sad. I'm scared. I don't want to do it anymore. So I started checking around my local dealerships. Everyone gave me offers. I was like, well, let me check some other sources. So I checked some other online sources, and Car Gurus was one of them, and it came back like 2,000 more than every other place. I'm like, well, this is weird, but I mean, it's a big brand. Let me go ahead and give it a try. And sure enough, it was like the most seamless, easy process ever. Just had to report a few things, upload a few documents. They mailed me this folder, which inside had some stuff that basically said, don't touch. And they came, I signed some papers, took about 20 minutes, and they were off with my car. The ID4 was paid off, and they gave me cash for the excess like right away. If you're looking to sell your car, check out Car Gurus. It was actually really cool. Technically, Car Offers feels kind of sketchy when you're going through the process, but it's actually totally legit. And it was actually a very pleasant, easy experience. That's all I got. Thanks for watching EV Jerks. This is a cat channel. Check it out. Bye.
I don't have an outro, so how about this?